Hey, you remember to subscribe? I love to get to the backpack. So get closer and closer. Get to 4 million subscribers. Like I always say, I just love that man and do things like this. What?
Gabriel, como all.
Between 1978 and 1997, there was a few populated infamous performance that injured thousands, hospitalized hundreds, and killed half a dozen.
The most dangerous game of all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hassle the kids with a bunch of rules. I'm just going to leave safety up to them.
Eugene Wallace Park was a popular and much-loved New Jersey attraction, remembered fondly for its experimental and theatrical rides, but also for ending in...
Is that a loop on a slide? Yo, I've never seen that before. There's no support speeds on it. There's a reason why this is closed, right? There's a reason why I'm watching a video on it right now.
Ending in bankruptcy, scandal, and tragedy.
As you can see, it was like extreme sports. They named it
A slight alteration of its slogan,
No.
Action where you're the center of the episode. In today's video, we're going to dive into the strange world of America's deadliest amusement park.
Why was it even allowed to be open? Like, I don't understand. In the 80s, they had like no rules, right?
On the 26th of May 1978, businessman Eugene Wallace stood admiring the creation he hoped would transform his business forever. Eugene, as he was known, owned a company called Great American Recreation, which crucially operated a ski resort in the Grand Valley and Gold Gulch skiing areas of Corning Township, New Jersey. Eugene only wanted to address an inevitable difficulty of running a ski resort business. During the summer off-season, when snow has long disappeared, the resort turns into little more than a regular grass hill, and as the snow moves, so does a significant majority of your business. Ski resorts have for some time been experimenting with opening summer attractions to make the land bring revenue during this off-season, and Gene wanted to do the same. Following the example of other resorts, in December 6th, he installed a 2,700-foot alpine slide down one of the steep trails, and by 1978, added 2 water slides and a go-kart track. The result was a collection of attractions that became known as the Golden Valley Center.
And there's no one flow in front of me. Okay, who's the whole? We're gonna have to do the whole thing again. I've never been on one.
To open that May. This made it one of the first water parks in America, and over the following 2 decades would grow to 75 separate rides.
Wow, dude, 75 rides!
But as well as its massive size, Action Park was unique in one very particular way. As his son Adrian Hill put it, Gene didn't want to do the same old shit, where you just get strapped into something or it twirls around. He wanted to take the idea of skiing, which is exhilarating because you control the action, and transfer it into an amusement park. There's inherent risk in that, but that's what made it fun.
That park is huge. Are you serious? 75 water rides? 75 is really close to 60.
Which is really close to 70.
It's weird. It's like right in between 2 numbers that I know.
This simple philosophy of putting the guest in control made the park hugely successful, but would also become its biggest controversy. Action Park's first ride was coincidentally one of its all-time most dangerous. The 2,700-foot sledding track was constructed as a mixture of concrete, fiberglass, and glass sauce. Patrons would slide down the winding track on a small sled using only a handbrake to slow their descent. Injuries were atrociously frequent as the patrons were sent down without much prior warning of the high likelihood that jump the tracks on tight corners if they failed to apply a required amount of braking or lean to distribute their weight properly. Owing to
Quick, well, we could do this. I think they changed the modern ones because there's no way they would let the modern ones UK fly off the track, right?
Well, that's part of the fun. Poor maintenance practices, the sled's braking system would really only offer 2 settings, extremely slow, and a speed described by a former employee as death awaits. The result was patrons usually wearing only bathing suits and most definitely without any helmets or protection, would regularly be thrown off their sled, suffering severe abrasions and broken limbs.
Alessio.
1984 the slide alone was responsible for 14 fractures and 26 head injuries. In fact, at the end of a busy day, staff would find certain sections of the slide coated in a reddish sheen of blood and shredded skin.
Every day, hundreds of toes abandoned.
Little piggies don't go to the market. They try to find
Alessio.
a real home.
A home.
It sucks today.
To show your toes that you care.
At Socks. That's good.
Staff kept a magic potion of 70% alcohol and 10% iodine on hand to spray down severely carpet-burned patrons.
Ready.
An employee was ejected at such a high velocity that the resulting injury gouged the back of his legs and butt so badly that he needed 200 stitches.
Hey, Socks, you were telling me this is perfectly safe. I don't know how these guys are flicking themselves off. I mean, you don't know now. You don't know now. No, it's just a skill issue.
Treno struzzo 3000.
And finally, just as
Treno sul 3000.
directly under the car's former ski lift,
Treno struzzo turbo 3000. Treno struzzo turbo 3000.
Three main sections of action, the other two being Motor World and Water World, which house the vast majority of the park's rides.
That's huge. This was in a nice
The nearby skateboard park was closed after only a single season due to inadequate build quality. The skating balls were separated from each other by pavement, which in many cases did not match the height of the ball edge, meaning balls would get stuck on the lip. A former employee commented he was responsible for so many injuries that we covered it up with dirt and pretended it never happened. And in fact, some of the rides were so dangerous they never even managed to open to the public at all. The Bailey Ball was such an attraction, essentially a large steel sphere with industrial roller wheels bolted all around the outside.
This looks like the bomb that they put in the water that floats. Oh, I know what you mean. A submarine bomb. Yeah, this literally looks like a submarine bomb.
Creating what can only be described as a replica World War II era anti-submarine mine. The idea was a human rider would be secured inside and rolled downhill on a PVC hip track. However, when the state inspector arrived to see the ball in action, the summer heat pump expanded the piping, causing the ball, with a man inside it, to fly off the tracks, rolling down the steep slope uncontrolled and traveling straight through the parking lot across Route 94 and finally coming to rest in a swamp. It's a high spectacle. The ball came to a rest before leaving without saying a word. This masterpiece.
Bro, like when they describe it this well, can we recreate this? Can we recreate this? And we who's we? I'm
Trulimero Trulicina.
Yeah.
After the first season in 1978, Gene sought to expand this park, believing the best way to do this was, quote, by legalizing drunk driving. In a collection of Motor World, free track featuring three-quarter size Formula One races that could travel
There's a secret!
if that wasn't saying
Bro, I already have that.
Neon cap also.
Bro, I that's not the one.
Jackie.
Bro, I hear those keys jiggling, so it's already
Jackie.
ready to go. You guys will never guess what I just got.
Jackie.
Oh my god, I'm gonna do it. You know what?
Similar to the roller races were the super go-karts. Drivers were not required to present a license here, which would not be so concerning were not for the fact that the inward speed limiter could be disabled by wedging
Treno struzzo turbo 3000.
patrons to fly around at speeds reaching 50 miles an hour. A particularly unique injury that would occur here is that because the carts ran on petrol engines, the paint inhalations would regularly make patrons sick, and sometimes the gas caps would fly off the carts as people drove along, splashing out liquid fuel and hitting drivers further up. Mario Kart style attack.
You tell me it's hurting people when you're just driving past? Dude, this whole era was just testing out technology. Testing out the human
We're
race.
doing it, right?
Doing what?
Very similar issues. A attraction via the idea of hitting cars
Yeah.
into each other and then put that on water. The problem was not with the
Yeah,
bumper
I
boats
am.
itself. Most patrons
What
would
you
treat the
mean?
faster super speed boats as bumper boats, smacking the flimsy boats into each other at excessive speeds. Anyone too tall would have to dangle their legs over the side, and even imagine the sound regularly this caused the lower extremity from jaws.
Dude, this sounds so much fun, bro. Why are you
Orcalita Orcana.
like that, bro?
Engine fumes also coated the lake water in a kind of oily sheet, burning and irritating guests unlucky enough to fall into the water after a high-speed collision. Petrol-induced delirium was the reward for anyone who managed to stay inside the boat. And finally, another noteworthy attraction for Motor World was one of the park's most popular attractions, battle action tanks.
This is that Wii game. Oh my god, it's the Wii game. Wii tanks. Dude, you guys are all of a sudden the most reference-heavy people I've ever met.
Featuring little mobile tanks that fired tennis balls from a cannon. If you shot another tank's cannon, it would temporarily disable movement, and static cannons placed on the
That's sick, bro.
guests standing outside. This particular attraction was one of the staff's least favorite to guard because of the high likelihood of getting pelted with tennis balls that would fire at over 90 miles an hour while trying to perform maintenance in the area. But finally, the most noted and most infamous section of rides,
It was my favorite, like literally attached to the ground, not with like a water slide.
who gathered into an area known as Waterworld. Undoubtedly the most dangerous, these were the rides that would ultimately lead to the tragic downfall of Action Park. Probably the single most recognizable of all these rides was the Cannonball Loop, a fully enclosed water slide with a unique, completely vertical loop at the end.
I have one question, right? Did the guy who ran this place, did he even try any of these like attractions? He's just some demented idiot, bro. He doesn't care.
Tend not to see these at water parks for the perhaps unsurprising reason that shooting people out of a vertical loop is not necessarily conducive to their survival. The ride itself was built kind of like an eyeball, using nearby car factory workers who had recently been made redundant as labour. When the first test dummies went down, it was reported that one came back missing its head. To convince real humans to go down, the park offered employees $100, and eventually Eugene's son Andy was the first person to do so, but in full hockey protective gear. This ride suffered from an inevitable problem of physics. If a human body was either too light or too heavy, they often wouldn't have the right momentum to safely clear a loop and would get stuck at the top, crashing down on the outside. Nosebleeds and facial and back injuries were extremely common, so much so that the ride was only open for a single month before the state's environmental board forced it shut, considering it too dangerous. Some early riders were even coming back with lacerations to their body.
Even a month that was open for. That's insane. It's crazy.
What
And
it
when the ride was
are
closed
do?
to determine what caused this, teeth that had been knocked out of previous riders' mouths were now lodged in the film-lined interior walls,
Bye.
slicing open the next riders as they passed through.
You're telling me the slide was so dangerous, it knocked out teeth, and then those teeth got lodged into the slide, so then the next victim went down and got sliced in the teeth. Like, teeth really that sharp?
Cocofanto Elefanto.
But the Cannonball Loop was by far from the only crazy installation. The Tarzan swing was a steel arm suspended from a cable over a spring-fed natural pool.
Graziello Spiritelli.
Lines for the chance to swing out and
Cocofanto
jump
Elefanto.
into the water below. This swing was fed by heated water. The temperature rarely exceeded 50 degrees, a fact that most only came to appreciate as their bodies immediately
Cocofanto Elefanto.
I'm getting it.
Cocofanto Elefanto.
Whoever goes here gets stung.
Another danger was if you held on crashing into the concrete
Cocofanto Elefanto.
pool, something that broke many ankles and toes, but that's just
Cocofanto Elefanto. Cocofanto Elefanto.
At the Aquascoot, patrons would using a plastic sled in the same manner as skipping a stone over a lake. However, if you lean too far forward or back, the edge of the sled would bite into the water, catapulting the rider's head directly forward against the side, resulting in serious
Ciwanini
injuries.
Taconini.
If you avoided this death, the attendant would have already let the next rider down, slamming straight into the back of you.
That's waist high, that's like 2 feet. That's not that bad.
Whitewater rides were also notoriously dangerous. Roaring Rapids was built to look like a natural river, complete with jagged rocks and sharp overhangs that fractured femurs, collarbones, and dislocated knees and shoulders. High courses featured a toilet bowl which flushed riders down into a dark tunnel lined with foam padding that would often tear away from the walls. Now, human riders would clog the toilet. Attendants would then have to push a curve on the slide to stop those congested patrons from drowning. Surf Hill was another infamous attraction. Patrons would slide down a wet slope surface on foam mats at high speed, landing in a very shallow pool. The barriers between the lanes were minimal and people frequently collided with each other on the way down or at the end. The seventh lane was known as the backbreaker due to a special bump midway, including toilet overflows and splashdowns into a larger pool. It also had a reputation for causing serious injury, but both employees and spectators loved this ride for one very particular quirk. You see, Surf Hill was especially good at separating women from their bikini tops. Women would stand up at the end of the surf and, disorientated from hitting the tops of ridges at high speeds, would realize that they
Coco
were
Fanto
significantly less covered than they began.
Coco Fanto Elefanto. Coco Fanto Elefanto. Coco Fanto Elefanto. Coco Fanto Elefanto.
You know? I know exactly what you mean by turning them.
However, a single ride stood out.
Coco Fanto Elefanto.
The ride so
Coco Fanto Elefanto.
became known by employees.
Coco
as
Fanto
the
Elefanto.
The tidal wave pool opened at the start of Action Park's 1981 season. The pool was 100 feet wide and 250 feet long and could hold up 500 to 1,000 people at once. It was a seriously large and deep wave pool. The waves were generated by underwater machines for 20 minutes at a time with 10-minute breaks and could reach a whopping 1 meter high. The comparative calm of the water in break periods contrasted with the severity of those waves in a relatively deep pool that got deeper towards the machine end, meant that patrons would often get sucked much deeper into the pool than they intended, only realizing their mistake when they were in over their depth with nowhere to stand up. Because of the unrestricted entry, the water would often be covered in a dense packed layer of floating rings, which would keep people trapped underwater if they got swept down. The dangerous conditions would often cause people to crowd at the relatively few ladders to escape. 12 lifeguards were on duty permanently, and on high traffic weekends, as many as 30 people would need to be rescued from drowning. For comparison, a regular pool lifeguard will usually make 0 or a single rescue per year. In fact, when a consultant lifeguard arrived to make recommendations to improve safety, he was so overwhelmed by the severity of the conditions, he simply disappeared and never returned.
Honestly, that's not even the scary part though. The scary part is like how many people pee like besides me.
If it makes it warmer.
Okay, just
And out of the hundreds of near drownings, on 3 separate occasions, the wave pool would prove to be fatal. In July of 1982, a 15-year-old boy named George Lopez would drown. 2 years later, 20-year-old Donald passed, and finally, in July 1987, 18-year-old Gregory Granchams. These were not the only deaths at Action Park. The first reported death was in 1980, when 19-year-old George Larson Jr. was riding the Alpine slide after hours. His cart jumped the tracks and when
Bakramat
ejected,
mama,
George's
bakramat
head
mama.
struck a rock. He died from his injuries 8 days later in hospital. Then on the 1st of August 1982, only 2 days after the drowning of George Lopez, 27-year-old Jeffrey Nathan was riding in an attraction he actually
Bakramat
hadn't
mama.
covered yet, called the Kayak Experience.
How can the kayak be dangerous?
That was a little dramatic.
Despite sounding and being a relatively
Bakramat
safe
mama.
attractions featured
Bakramat
a
mama.
secret lurking under the water.
Bakramat mama.
Experience was an artificial
Bakramat,
water
bakramat mama.
powered by underwater fans that agitated the water to provide the current. Kayaks would tip over or get lodged along the concrete rocks, meaning patrons would have to step out of the kayak in order to right it again. When Jeffrey stepped out, his foot touched a grill covering one of those electrified fans. A 19-year-old current pushed into his body and caused him to be cardiac arrest. He later died in a nearby hospital.
They put a giant electric toaster that you can step on in the kayak zone. How do you do that?
And finally, sometime during 1984, a man died after suffering cardiac arrest, allegedly caused by the shock of cold water in the pool beneath the Tarzan swing. The water was believed to be 50 degrees.
Mira, teta.
So a
Tetete
Let's go a
Saur.
little deeper into how and why
Tetete Saur.
action was
Tetete
so
Saur.
dangerous and
Tetete Saur. Tetete Saur.
running for so long. Firstly, many of the staff attendants were teenagers and
Tetete Saur.
alcohol trained. Many were
Tetete-
severely influenced
Tetete
by
Saur.
alcohol while
Tetete
working,
Saur.
and training was never taken
Tetete
particularly
Saur.
seriously. The director, Jim Desai, got the job at age 21. They cared little for enforcing the rules, and considering the attitude of at least quite a few of the patrons, that's not entirely surprising. Sometimes physical altercations occurred between the visitors or each
Toiletto
other and
focaccino.
staff. There was often physical disparity in favor of the patrons, and the teenage attendants didn't feel they had the power to discipline adult guests and would struggle to enforce the rules. This was definitely exacerbated by the availability and prevalence of alcohol at site. Alcohol was served pretty much everywhere, and the drinking age rules were enforced in a particularly lax manner. The generally short distance between many of these kiosks and the rides involving operating motor vehicles with no safety equipment in a bathing suit really set people up for a rough time. It's fair to say that because Action Park was closer and slightly cheaper than the neighbouring Six Flags Great Adventure Park, many of the patrons were from lower income communities who had less opportunity to learn how to swim. And the fact that the park was advertised heavily to the Spanish and Polish communities nearby, even though that belongs to even though that there were no translated instructions,
Get out, get out.
clash between how people viewed Action Park and what it intended itself to be. So John's philosophy was
Trippi,
that
troppi,
Action Park
troppa,
existed
trippa.
in a similar way a beach does. If someone swims out at a beach and drowns, it's a tragic accident, but there is more of a perceived onus on the swimmer for going out and making bad decisions and getting beyond their depth. Dying on a roller coaster, however, does feel a lot different. There's no skill involved in staying on a roller coaster. But it's been suggested that many of the patrons took that roller coaster attitude to Action Park and held not only regard for their safety in the face of prevalent dangers,
It's Tuesday,
people just didn't realize that the wave pool was a genuine threat to life if used incorrectly, and the lifeguards regularly had to rescue people who jumped into the deep end without actually being able to swim. And again, turning to how the theme park ran for so many years with such a poor safety record, there are actually multiple interesting contributing factors. Many of the rides were pioneering at the time, often built out of wild imagination as opposed to stringent engineering and testing. It was difficult for the regulatory authorities to control Action Park's rides, especially in the
Treno
early
Struzzo
days.
Turbo
If a person
3000.
survived a test run and nothing visually was falling apart, that was considered adequately safe. It's probably not a huge leap to also say that a special relationship existed between Action Park
No, la vaca.
La vacca Saturno Saturnita.
Lavaka,
Yeah?
come on.
19.
Go Lavaka.
I got it. Wait. Yeah, la vaca's my best. With taco.
How much does it make?
9K. 900K.
That's better than some of my friends. My Lavaka.
Giraffa
My
Celeste.
Lavaka is gold. That's better.
No.
Breaking the sound wave with the gravity inside the cave works very differently here. We gotta go. I'm almost there. Oh my god. At this point, I'm not even cave diving anymore. I'm warm returning. Oh my god. Is there anything?
Get out. Get out. I need to get out.
I see
I
it.
want it. Get out. I
Lucifer,
want to.
wake up, Lucifer.
No, it's on
Your
me.
colonoscopy was a success, and we actually managed to find hemorrhoids, so here you go. Actually, can I keep it? Collection?
How much? Nah.
He died. One
No, not my lavaca. No, not my lavaca.
said no, never. If you don't know what cave diving is, well, it's basically people going to mentally. Cave diving has become such a popular thing lately.
God, tomorrow get a lost.
News more often than people
God, tomorrow got a lost
And now they
admin
turned
Lucky
it into
Bell.
TikTok memes.
Me too. No, I get lost.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Imagine. Lusur Kolita. Lusur Kolita.
And when I first saw this trailer,
Lusur
the cave
Kolita.
they're not even joking.
Lusur
Cave divers getting in on
Kolita.
their wife and kids. You're really gonna be unhappy as hell with your life. Maybe your knees in cave. I understand that you're like, oh, I want to go cave. This is
Get out. Get out. Yeah, that's right.
Anyway. Tight, crazy caves.
Baby, loli. Baby. Imagine you can.
Throw those tomatoes at me, I don't care. Wait, the last thing, let me just hear I gotta show you this one, it's too good. Cave divers, after realizing they can explore their own hole.
Malafaka. No!
Because they did an amazing job.
Okay, those are all the memes that I had to show you. Now let's jump into the real cave diving, and by jump, I mean, we're gonna stay right where we are. We're not gonna go jumping and go into caves. I'm gonna leave that to the people who are unhappy with their lives. Not that I'm like really happy with my life, but I'd rather just stay here. I'm not gonna say. Cave releases old objects and proceeds to create that. This is crazy. It's just like if you had small lips. This is when having big lips feel like you can like stretch them out to get some air.
Cute.
Treno Struzzo Turbo 3000.
See what happened? It wasn't that he missed the air.
Chimpanzee pan mama.
He literally asked his friend if he was going in.
It was just look. Oh my
So
god.
he pushed his friend out of his air pocket. I love this. But one thing I will not talk to them for years. Probably break up with this because I would die. He has friend. They're always like, oh, really? I should pull a prank right now and jump into the water, push him out of the air pocket, so it would be like a cool prank if he stops breathing. That would be so funny for the camera. I would shoot him right there. Probably shouldn't say that. I would eat and never talk to that friend. Goofy ass. This is optional, by the way.
Quit my mind.
Optional to bring your goofy ass friends. If I'm gonna do a crazy ass photo with them, I'm probably gonna bring the smartest friends that I have. Which is just me. That's kind of sad that like, the smartest friend in the family, and I can't bring anyone else that's smart. Oh no, that's so sad. Oh my god, dude, there's no space.
I need a chimpanzee.
This dude's dead.
Cimpanzini bananini.
When I'm struggling in the toilet, like you've been pushing for a couple hours and scrolling through your phone, which is the worst thing you know. Sit on the phone with yourself, because you're gonna be spending hours in there.
Wait, it's a
Big ass
mom. Chimpanzee Come on, lady.
Your arms like Dislocates the shoulder.
Bombomini Gosini.
Bombomini
Gosini.
Bro, just get out. Oh, get out. Get out. Get out. Oh, sure. Come on, ladies. Bombomini Gosini. Bombomini Gosini.
Maybe I should move the camera into like a different angle because this is like my bad side. Yeah, I look too good.
Come on, lady. What the heck? Come on, lady. Ladies.
I'm struggling. I don't know how to get out of here.
My face is not good.
The reason with the camera divers was actually story in 2009, I believe. Which is about a couple of guys who go cave diving and they actually get stuck in the cave. And I think one of them dives in there and they couldn't rescue his body from the cave. So it's been years and the body can still be found in that crazy cave that he died Would you actually help your friend here? And you how like is he really appreciate this? His friend was unconscious. Wait, and he could only shout. They both stuck here. This guy dies right here. How is he not there? Oh my god. Does this seem like I gotta say, I love the titles that these people put in their videos. For example, don't ever go in here. Really? Okay, I was definitely thinking about going to this like waking up at night and stressing
I completely switched to another game. Why did I find?
Yes.
Am I gonna play this? Huh? Oh, I think I need to do it soon. I'm gonna play the other ball.
special like that. I'm quirky. But then I took a look at her
What?
profile and she says she's a carnivore for 7 years. And all she eats is
Money, money,
butter,
green,
butter,
money,
butter,
shine.
butter, meat. Her account is mostly just her showing people what she does with butter. Oh my god. Is this a... That looks...
No one is play
Wait, stop.
beautiful
Ignore whatever this lazy
treasure.
is saying. You need to go to the Lazy Dot store right now. We might have this
I'm ready now to play. I said I'm
This is
ready.
not a drill, people. I repeat, this is
Key.
not a drill. New merch. Okay, I'm out. And not only was the rich community adapting this diet, it was basically everyone that I could find.
Yeah,
Including
I
the
love this.
parents that make parent content. And they're making these life hacks where they're giving their kids raw butter to eat as if it was a lollipop or dessert. Little bedtime trick for moms. What is she doing? Oh my god. If my mom gave me that shit, I would disown her. Not that I own her, but I'll probably leave. You know what I mean? Because you know how when you're a kid, you always threaten to leave your house. You're like, if I want to leave my house. I'm going to threaten like 20 times, and I never left. But for some reason, I thought it would work. But she did this shit to me, and she's like, hey, sweetie, snack time. And I see a pacifier with butter on it. Like, you'd probably think, oh, mom, she got me ice cream. I'm gonna be having pacifier with ice cream today. And it's a pacifier with raw butter. I don't see this often, but I would probably beat my mom's ass. I give my son motor oil before sleeping. Helps him relax. I give my daughter AC fluid. It helps her stay cool during the summer. Someone said I do this, but use a mix of coconut oil to help your wait. Oh my god, people are being serious. I thought I was gonna read like a funny comment. This is what I mean by this community is getting bigger. Fentanyl works really well. And you're probably wondering, why are they giving their children butter? What is so special about butter? Well, it's not just butter. It's non-pasteurized butter. Non-pasteurized butter, also known as raw butter, is made from cream that has not undergone pasteurization. This type of butter retains more of its natural enzymes and beneficial bacteria, which some people can be advantageous for digestion and overall health. It sounds pretty good, like, oh wow, maybe everyone should be eating raw butter like that, unpasteurized raw butter, until you read the end there that says, however, it's important to know that due to the potential risk of bacterial contamination, unpasteurized butter should be consumed with caution. And you have parents giving that shit to kids as if it's ice cream. And I saw this girl or TikTok or whatever she was, and she says, eating 8 packs of butter because I refuse to use AI for my music video. No one's forcing you to eat the butter. You don't have to use AI, and you also don't have to eat the butter. Do you think people in movies eat the nasty shit that they eat? It's just props. They don't actually eat the nasty stuff. No one's forcing you to eat 8 packs of butter, baby girl. How is it connected to your music video? You could have made something that looks like butter to eat. And imagine her watching this, reading this comment, and she was like, wait, why didn't I think of that? Wait, Stormy needs to be fed again. And no, relax, I won't eat her food again. Weirdos. Look at how she lays up. Dinner is served. Wait, what are you guys doing over there? Did I watch her eat? Oh, okay. Not hating on the butter community though, because when I did that video last year and I tried the butter myself, that was low-key, high-key, mid-key, mid-tier key. That shit was good. I mean, maybe it's the condensed milk, but because condensed milk makes everything taste good, but that butter with condensed, that was so good. Another trend that's always going to be my favorite is what I eat in a day, because you never know what people are actually eating during the day. And the one that I found really interesting
was this guy that made what I eat in a day, but instead of showing us what he eats during the entire day, he showed us what he eats during breakfast. And I'm like, what's going on during breakfast that the entire video is just breakfast? And I click on it, and I'm like, oh. You know what, guys? Today for breakfast we're going to be eating cereal. Let's get it right. And he got a small bowl here, a small American small size, and he captured this day. Oh, he's like a bad or good boy. Wait, zoom in on that. Zoom in on that one. Is that the same word in English? The tiny. Wait, let's take a look at the. Okay, it's matching. A tiny bowl. Okay, tiny snack. Oh, tiny snack for breakfast. Hearing him, I think he's getting a little corny, which I totally get. I am not gonna sit here and pretend that I'm a better person when I have so many times when I've eaten a bunch of food, like when I ate Chipotle, when I ate ice cream, when I ate. I'm not a better person. I'm gonna admit I've gotten horny plenty of times when I've eaten good food. Of course, a gallon of milk. Of course. God, the California accent. Instantly clocking that accent. That accent is like, I'm sorry, I love it. I love the California accent. Chill out. Ooh. Oh my God. Now soggy. The slurp. That dog is actually good. Interrupting something. I don't think we should be watching this. This is personal. I'm gonna do 2 packs, but I'm hungry today, so. He's dieting. Yeah, of course. He's dieting. Oh my God, he's actually gonna eat that entire thing. I'm not here. I'm just a jealous person that he's not sharing that shit with me. And for all you saying that, oh my God, that's so unhealthy. That's so calories. You only develop like 4,000, 6,000 calories. That's insane. Are you dead? Are you stupid? Did you just get a lobotomy or some shit? Did you not hear the same sentence that I heard where he said he wanted to eat 3, but usually he stays on the diet on the lower side, and he only eats 2 packs of Oreos with cereal instead of 3. Stop judging and stop hating. Just because that couldn't be you doesn't mean you should be hating. Big bro, do better. Get double stuff, more filling and more calories. The double stuff though, I'm gonna be honest. Controversial opinion, the double stuff sucks. I really prefer the cookie, the chocolate cookie, than the filling. I just realized this is part of Is there a scientific explanation for why we're all watching this? Yeah, because it looks good. And obviously, I cannot let this shit slide. We're gonna watch a video and we're not gonna test if it's good or not. Like, what if he was lying? What if he was faking the whole, like, it's good, it's not good. I am gonna be taking the hit for you guys yet again. I'm gonna be the slop for everyone, and I'm gonna try this for you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna do it because I feel so. do this. We're gonna do it right. And we're ooh, toffee. Ooh. Wait, where's my peanut butter ones? Oh my god. Hello? Peanut butter? Wait, am I blind? I'm not seeing the peanut butter. You know what? Let's get the toffee then. Because I don't see the peanut butter. They don't have peanut butter. Moistino tiramisu. I know these are the same ones. We gotta try these. I gotta go to a different store for the peanut butter ones. Because how do you not have peanut butter ones? What is? No one buys this shit, but they have it. But the peanut butter ones that everyone buys, where are they? You know, I have to drive to a different store to see if they have my peanut butter. Peanut butter. Oh my god, they don't have. Oh my god, what is this? What is this? Which one of your big bags bought these all? Oh my god, I gotta go to a different store. Okay, after searching 3 different stores, I finally got them. Apparently, there's a Oreo peanut butter shortage out there, so to each their own. It felt like zombie apocalypse because these were the last 2. And if someone was gonna try grabbing it before me, I was gonna get violent. And as you can tell, I did get the thin ones, the tiramisu. You gotta try. Not that I wanted to try these. I actually got the thin ones because I'm on a diet and I didn't want to get the regular ones because those have a lot of calories. So that's why I went for the thin ones, obviously. Wait, Sophie, I've never seen these before. And tiramisu, like you expect me not to buy this? Oh my god, these are thin. They don't know they're on Ozempic. Ooh. Oh my, this smells smell like. That smells so good. That actually tastes like tiramisu. Like a dollar store tiramisu. Next up, pop. I never tried these as well. I mean, before I do this, I gotta try them. Just to make sure that they're safe, because what if they're like expired, you know? Oh my god. Coffee? Okay.
I can do it, but I don't know what to do. How much is the glue?
And the peanut butter one being on my bed. My life expectancy just increased by at least 5 years.
This is a glue.
Stop. Stop. Okay, let's do this. Oh, I think that's a lot. They're not gonna fit in here. Hold up, let me get the thingies, because I'm worried about those calories right now. Here, let's use the thingies. Okay. Okay. And the milk. Wait, I realized that I have to microwave this. Right? 1 down, 1 more to go. Oh my god. Okay, I feel like this is gonna make a mess. I didn't think about this. Oh, they're drowned. Oh. Okay, this is perfect. And I'm gonna say something controversial right now. This is gonna offend a lot of people. But if you're eating your Oreos with cold milk, you're nasty. There's no way you expect me not to heat this up. So I'm gonna put it in the microwave for, I don't know, 5 minutes. I'll be back. 5-minute timer is on. Hopefully that's enough. I don't know, I've never heated up 2 gallons of milk with Oreos in the fridge before. Oh, they're ready. Okay, sleep out of the microwave. Microwave for 5 minutes. I cannot begin to explain the smell. Oh my god, it's very hot. It's very, oh my god. Steam here. Oh my god, they're soft. Oof. Nothing, not too hot. Okay. Stop. Cut the camera right now. I don't care.
Watch begins to laugh in less than 30 seconds with my new bag, The Trends. Apply just a few drops.
Sticky. It's the glass of the trend, so never know when you need it. I'm gonna be honest right now. This is probably the best life hack that we have ever tried on camera. I'm gonna get myself doing, but this is insane. It's so tasty. Like I know it doesn't look as good. But I promise you. The warm milk, when you get the peanut butter. Somebody do not judge that. However, this is the worst thing that you see me do. Have you seen the food that you eat? That's nasty. I'm sorry, I realize that I'm literally slipping over it. But they're good though. More milk. The milk now has this peanut butter flavor, like peanut butter flavored milk. Okay, successful life hack. Talking about diabolical things, which we weren't, but I wanted to transition, so let's pretend that we're talking about diabolical things. Taco Bell has just released a Baja Blast pie, and that shit looks insane. Because when I was watching videos of people trying that shit, it looked so weird. Besides the color, because have you seen the color? That looks like the most natural color I've ever seen. But look at this shit. Oh my god. It's giving Baja Blast key on pie. This color alone, it looks so toxic. Like it's gonna, if I eat it, it's gonna give me superpowers, and it's probably gonna be spitting acid or something. What exactly did they use to bake this? A nuclear reactor? So a Baja Blast pie dipped in Baja Blast drink. So it's like a Baja Blast infusion? There's no way it's that good. It's like a pregnancy craving, but I'm not pregnant. Period. Thank you for clarifying that, because I was like, is this conflicted? This really does look like type of dessert that they would serve in Area 51. So this girl looks like she was enjoying it, right? Like she said it was really good. And when I was looking at more videos, I saw the consistency of this pie and tell me why this shit looks like Play-Doh. You can't even break it. Why would it be so hard? Is it actual Play-Doh? No, you know what this is. I don't even have to say the transition because me being the Taco Bell expert, do you really think that I'm not going to get this to try? And since my family has been here for a year, and last time I actually gave them Dolce de Leche, but I feel like their taste buds are still working and we got to fry them to the bone because they really haven't had the food that we have here in America. Tell me the food, you know I did it. Yeah, I got it.
Hi, do you guys have the non-new Baja Blast pie?
No, we don't.
You don't? Oh, okay. Thank you then.
So I decided that I was going to go to another location to see if they had it, but I'm like, what if they don't? And I end up driving there to nothing because things are really far from me. Like I live in the middle of nowhere. I know where they are. So I went ahead to see if they had it, and they didn't have it. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call another location, another location. So I'm not calling a bunch of locations to see if they had it in every single one of them told me, until I learned that this pie was so limited that it was giving me the Starbucks Bear Cup vibes. And I think I called like half of Connecticut. I was willing to drive hours just to a Taco Bell who had this damn pie, but not a single one of them had this pie. In one of the locations that I called said they actually ran out the first day that they came out, and it was like 4 or 5 days late. So apparently the entire Connecticut was hungry for a stupid pie, and that's why they ran out so quick. Like, have you guys never had like a Baja Blast pie before? I know you guys haven't seen this like a limited thing. I really wanted a pie. And it wasn't in the video that I told you to something like, sorry guys,
No need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes.
I found it. I found really this mountain Viva West Rainbow. It's a $20 pie. That is wrong. Seller does not accept returns?
Glorbo fruttodrillo.
There is no way you guys accept. I got it. This is probably the most expensive thing that I've ever bought for a living. I mean, come on, I had to buy it. You gotta trust the review. It had to be from a person who's unbiased. Like me. This was actually delivered to me frozen, and they handed this to my mom when I got the box. Like, she bring it up here in the box upside down. She didn't know that I ordered a pie. So let's just hope that this example is like very nice stuff. And my parents are like, just eat it. You need to watch them rules there. I want to compare what this tastes like compared to the pie.
Yes.
For the first time ever in a video. Okay, so I'm going to give you the pie and the drink first, but first of all, have the pie. Okay, it is sealed. The Mountain Dew Baja Blast pie. You mean the color? Good. It's organic pie.
Shut up. Fine, sorry, George.
You might forget. Forget now. Forget. Always put yourself in a safe place, okay? Gabriel?
Yes, Mama.
Okay, George? What did I say? What did I say? Why you say yes? And then you didn't hear? Oh. Oh. Why you handsome? Uy, where are you handsome? I paid na ha. Kung pag-utang ka ba, issue na lang. They cannot pay the whole until next year, ha? Kasi pag wala na sila yung kwarta, kung may lang isweldo kay teacher, di ba? Oh.
It's okay. Yeah, can you see it? It's good. It's good. Okay. I don't know why they're here. Wait, why do you think the package is I'm doing, I'm cooking here. I am cooking. Look at this. Are you doing the blanket? Hold up. I found out that better. Alright. Thanks, everybody. New parents. What? How much did the bike cost? $22. It's not, I know it's a little bit expensive, but it's $22.
Yeah, wonderful, nothing.
I don't know, it's an expensive bike. I wish it was a little cheaper, but why are they doing the math? And $22 for a bike. That's crazy. Like, America, they could get $22. Come on. Look at this next thing. This is better. The drink is way better than the pie. Damn it. What is this? That's some bad glass all the fucking bottom.
We want to.
But it's just something oh my god, they're talking about how expensive it was. Oh, I cannot post a fucking videos. I cannot post a videos. Oh my god, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. Oh my god. So there's actually a couple of Meredith X life. The videos that I've watched so far, she does seem like a really nice person. And
Toothbrush ako, be.
Ha? Okay.
Yung vitamins, where?
Sa room.
Toothbrush.
she has a microphone inside her stomach to capture the food that she eats, like the sounds that she eats. Because she's been like a maker.
You're playing this.
ASMR videos. It
Don't
sounds
just
like
leave me in
she
Roblox.
has swallowed a microphone.
You do it now.
And I'm not going to say anything this way here, say that nacho fries and garlic
Yeah, I'm
are
drinking, you
probably
guys.
the
Bye.
Yep. We tried that shit with Tracy and oh my god, the best fries 10 out of 10. So any Taco Bell nacho fry 8 will not be tolerated on this channel.
What? What are you eating? But we're not doing anything.
We're listening.
You
Her
did.
stomach's digesting shit. Are you giving me the noses? And
Why
I'm
would
really
you
trying to figure
do
out where this
What?
microphone is. Oh, maybe it's above her head, which I don't think it is. Because you can hear the price so clearly here. They're so crisp. If the microphone is not behind the price, you know? Someone said more.
Are you friends with me?
Did I just hear that? I need to know where is the... That is such a...
No
Wait,
Wi-Fi.
so it's not there.
There's no
I
Wi-Fi.
thought when she removed the fries, the microphone was going to be right here. But it's not. She actually swallowed fucking mic, didn't she? Because there's no way we hear digestive system work when the mic is outside. She swallowed a mic. This is next level of dedication when it comes to ASMR videos.
They
What,
said
can you
where
hear
the-
the digestive system?
No one is the
Sarap. Ano na doon na?
This.
Oh my gosh, guys. These are the funniest fake Minecraft speedruns of all time. This first speedrun begins with the runner spawning on top of a shipwreck. And while that's incredibly suspicious for sure, it's technically not impossible, so we'll let it slide. And apart from a very lucky spawn, everything else looks normal too. With the runner facing completely straight, no strange messages in the left corner of the screen, and of course, the runner is in survival mode. But hold on a second. We missed something huge. I'm going to play this clip of his world
What is-
generation, and I want you to figure out what's fake about it. Did you catch it? Well, to help you out,
This
let's
is not the
release
phone.
footage and watch again.
This is not the phone.
As you can see, the runner actually spawns in a completely different location, but just one frame later is on top of
So,
wood from a tree, making a crafting table where he crafts some tools and heads towards the shipwreck. But no, stop the footage, he just cheated. Yes, because if you take an extremely close look at this beach, you'll actually notice a block that isn't fresh, which is this block of sandstone, a block that clearly can't spawn on a piece of normal sand, which actually Thor placed it there himself before recording to help him out later with something we'll see very soon. So, the runner returns to the shipwreck, where once again, something incredibly suspicious happens. Because while the loot in all three chests, did you catch what's strange about it? That's right, all three of the chests have the exact same loot in the exact position of each item. And because I'm not a math genius, I literally asked ChatGPT what the odds were of this happening, and after some complex math that I didn't know I get into, the odds of all three shipwreck chests containing the same loot is literally 0.001%. For perspective, you are literally more likely to get struck by lightning. Well, besides these strange chests, the rest of the shipwreck is very normal.
10, 7, 6, 7.
But do you remember when just a couple seconds ago, I pointed out this strange piece of sandstone on the beach? Well, the runner must have noticed it too, because he decides to dig down at this exact block. But the runner must have put the block in the wrong position, because he digs all the way down to the bedrock.
Can you join me? You join me? No, it's a fun game. It's funky. Just join me once. I want to let me sit. Join one last time.
Because take a very close look at these pics. If you watch closely, you'll actually notice they haven't moved at all, which is already very strange. Secondly, if you look closer, you can actually see the pigs make the shape of an arrow, which the runner has been following all the way to the ruined portal. And the only explanation is that the runner manually spotted these pigs off camera to remind him which direction the ruined portal was located. Unfortunately for him, he wasn't smart enough to fool me. So, the runner makes his way through the ruined portal, where he opens the chest, collects his loot, and starts to fill in the portal. But hold on a second. It's no, it's not the ruined portal chest, as it actually contains completely normal items. And it's also not the portal itself, as it spawns in looking for the portal standard. However, watch the runner's inventory very closely when he starts placing the skin in the portal. Did you see that? Even though the runner is supposed to use blocks of obsidian, for some reason, the amount in his inventory stayed the exact same. And after my own testing, I actually noticed that when you're in creative mode, when you place a block, you actually keep the same amount in your inventory. So let's go back to the speedrun and take a closer look at his parts. Where if you look closely, you can actually see they are slightly blurry and much bigger than normal parts. If you haven't caught on, this speedrunner is actually in creative mode and edited in a fake set of parts to try to hide it. And this allowed him to finish the portal, even though he clearly didn't have enough obsidian. And the best part is that there's an obvious cut in his recording right after, where you can clearly see his heart's change as he went back into survival mode. So, the portal spawns in, and we can finally relax when things look normal. He spawned in with the same angle as he did in the other worlds. He's still in survival mode with the same amount of XP, and he hasn't gained any strange motion effects in the top right corner. But as the runner starts to search for a nearby fortress, he makes a huge mistake, because it looks as though the runner stops moving for a few seconds, which in itself, I guess, isn't too suspicious. However, when the runner starts to move once again, did you catch it? For literally one single frame, if you look into the bottom left corner of the screen, you can see the faintest message of a player locating the fortress, which actually means while the runner was innocently standing still, he actually made a cut in his recording and used a /locate command to block the camera. So after using a locate command, the runner easily locates the fortress. To his credit, he actually gets the achievement for entering into it. But things only get more strange when he goes to loot this fortress chest. Because the villains find one extremely strange item inside this wooden axe. Okay, I know what you're thinking. What could possibly be weird about this very normal axe? Oh my gosh! This wooden axe has the ability to shoot fireballs? I must have missed another. Well, if fire shooting the axe, the locates the blaze spawner room and starts to absolutely destroy them, collecting 7 blaze rods almost immediately. Now, in a real Minecraft speedrun, 7 blaze rods is more than enough to
Okay.
However, the runner must not be satisfied because he suddenly
Yes. This game is new.
Oo! Ay, kana lagi. You should check before you...
Yes. I did. Oh, what's that? Can you see? Talks. One talks. One talks. No, not yet. Jody, you have to collect more, I think. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Do not run! Run! We need robot. George! George, lower! Why no stop? No. 10K. I see dogs, another dogs. Yes. Fine, I'll join you. Only if you, Georgie. There's some fruit there. Get funky. All the way in the mist. All the way. They sing around the middle way loud. Georgie. Huh?
That's why under you, that is your skin for him, for you guys for me. So, stay for that.
Crystal. Haley. Oh,
Hindi inapot one.
okay.
Kamu ba? It's your responsibility na.
Yeah.